Hi guys, this is Khyati Maheshwari. Without wasting any further time, let's get started into the lecture. So this is a full lecture for law. First of all, we are starting with the first chapter, of course, but for saying it is chapter number 11th of the Companies Act 2013. So the language of this video is 90% English and 10% Hindi for the sake of understanding. But if you can understand in English, then it's fine with me. The chapter number 11th of Companies Act 2013 called Appointment and Qualification of Director. This goes with section 149 to 172. I will teach you the technique of also learning which section says what when we have covered the whole entire series of this. Okay. First of all, let us start with the first section of this chapter, which is section 149. So I will tell you this is a very big section, and this will cover everything about directors, of course. And specifically in this we are talking about board of directors. We are going to cover it section wise. So section 149 subsection 1, what are the main things it is talking about is only individual can be board of directors. Only individual can be a director in board of directors. So only इंडिविजुअल ही बन सकता है बोर्ड ऑफ डायरेक्टर का एक डायरेक्टर. उसके बाद में ये बताता है मिनिमम डायरेक्टर एंड मैक्सिमम डायरेक्टर्स. मिनिमम डायरेक्टर्स अपन सबको पता है ओपीसी, प्राइवेट, पब्लिक 1 2 3. ओके, मिनिमम डायरेक्टर्स फॉर ओपीसी, प्राइवेट, पब्लिक 1 2 3 एंड मैक्सिमम डायरेक्टर्स 15 डायरेक्टर्स. व्हाई आई एम हैविंग अ स्टार हियर? Because for 149 subsection 1 first proviso it says that 15 directors से भी ज़्यादा आप अपन अपॉइंट कर सकते हैं. How? More than by passing SR in GM. Now in the Bear Act it is only mentioned GM. GM means general meeting. Now what general meeting it is? Annual general meeting or extraordinary general meeting. So both. We can pass SR for appointing more than 15 directors. So there can be more than 15 directors in the company. It is possible as per the first proviso of section 149 subsection 1. Section 149 subsection 1 second proviso called that classes or classes of companies must have appoint women director, at least one as per rule third. Now rule third gives what are the classes of companies which are required to appoint women directors. That are every listed company. Every listed company means every public listed company, every private listed company. Other public companies. Other public companies means every listed company which is public and which is private, and every private company. Other private company which have paid up share capital of 100 crores or more or turnover of 300 crores or more. So I am trying to finish it quick faster than a full revision or full lectures, because many of you have exams in June 2020, and this is only remembering type of sections, like we have to remember it. I can't really teach you what it is because we are all knowing what it is. Okay, now moving on to next subsection. Here subsection 1 ends. So 149 subsection 1 have one main section and it's two proviso. फर्स्ट प्रोवाइजो अपने को 15 डायरेक्टर्स के एसआर पास करने वाला बताता था. सेकंड प्रोवाइजो वुमेन डायरेक्टर वाला बात बताता था, और जो मेन प्रोवाइजो है वो बताता था इंडिविजुअल ही डायरेक्टर बन सकते हैं, और मिनिमम और मैक्सिमम डायरेक्टर्स के बारे में बताता था. ओके, दिस इज क्वाइट रिविजन टाइप ऑफ थिंग. ओके, आई होप यू गॉट अंडरस्टैंड व्हाट आई एम ट्राइंग टू से. 149 subsection 2. 149 subsection 2 that is saying it is a requirement type of section. It is not applicable right now. It is applicable when it is first year of commencement. That means जब भी 2013 के अंदर एक्ट आया था कंपनीज एक्ट 2013, उसके बाद में ये चाहता है कि एक ईयर जब से कमेंसमेंट में आया तब से आप 149 सेक्शन का रिक्वायरमेंट्स को आप पूरा करें। लाइक अगर तब तक मिनिमम डायरेक्टर नहीं है, मैक्सिमम डायरेक्टर जो भी चीज़ है, आप इसकी रिक्वायरमेंट्स को फुलफिल कर दीजिए विद इन 1 ईयर ऑफ कमेंसमेंट ऑफ द एक्ट। ठीक है, तो इट इज़ नॉट वेरी मच इम्पॉर्टेंट सेक्शन। सबसेक्शन 149 सबसेक्शन 3 ये रेजिडेंट डायरेक्टर के बारे में बताता है कि एवरी डायरेक्टर, अब एवरी कंपनी मस्ट हैव एटलीस्ट 1 प्रेसिडेंट डायरेक्टर, मतलब कम से कम एक रेजिडेंट डायरेक्टर तो होना चाहिए। रेजिडेंट डायरेक्टर मीन्स व्हाट? रेजिडेंट डायरेक्टर मीन्स इन इंडिया फॉर अ पीरियड ऑफ 182 days इन अ फाइनेंशियल ईयर। नाउ आई टेल यू कि यह फाइनेंशियल ईयर अमेंडमेंट हो गया है, पहले कैलेंडर ईयर हुआ करता था, अब यहाँ पे फाइनेंशियल ईयर आया है। ओके, धीरे धीरे कंपनीज एक्ट जो है धीरे धीरे हर चीज़ में जहाँ जहाँ पे कैलेंडर ईयर लिखा हुआ था वहाँ पे फाइनेंशियल ईयर लाते जा रहा है। आई एम टेलिंग यू दिस फॉर द सेक ऑफ द नॉलेज ओनली। नाउ न्यूली इनकॉर्पोरेटेड अगर कंपनी है, सपोज करिए कि 182 डेज हुए ही नहीं है कंपनी को ही इनकॉर्पोरेट हुए, 182 days इज नॉट completed till the company has been incorporated. So क्या तभी भी 182 days कैसे हो जाएंगे किसी भी रेजिडेंट डायरेक्टर के? तो अपन तब प्रपोर्शनेटली देखेंगे क्या 182 days मतलब प्रपोर्शन कर लो, 182 days डिवाइडेड बाय 365 days। ओके, कैलकुलेशन काइंड ऑफ पार्ट। ये कहाँ पे लिखा हुआ है लॉ के? तो ये लिखा हुआ है प्रोवाइजो टू सेक्शन 149 सबसेक्शन 3। ओके, तो इसका भी एक मेन सब सेक्शन हो गया रेजिडेंट डायरेक्टर का, और एक प्रोवाइजो हो गया कि न्यूली इनकॉर्पोरेटेड कंपनी के अंदर अपन प्रोपोर्शनेटली देख लेते हैं। अब यहाँ से एक नए तरीके का, मतलब आप इसको डिफरेंट सेक्शन भी मान सकते हैं, डिफरेंट सेक्शन ऑफ 149 सेक्शन, दैट इज इंडिपेंडेंट डायरेक्टर। ये थोड़ा सा लेंथी पार्ट है। अभी तक जो अपन ने पढ़ा वो एकदम सिंपल सा पार्ट था कि हाँ भाई इंडिविजुअल होने चाहिए, मिनिमम मैक्सिमम डायरेक्टर होने चाहिए, SR पास हो जाना चाहिए, उसके अंदर वुमेन डायरेक्टर होने चाहिए, स्पेसिफाइड क्लास ऑफ कंपनीज के अंदर रिक्वायरमेंट को 1 साल तक फुलफिल कर लेना चाहिए। उसके बाद में अपन ने पढ़ा कि रेजिडेंट डायरेक्टर होना चाहिए, रेजिडेंट डायरेक्टर सारी कंपनीज के अंदर जो कि 182 days तक रहा हो इन एवरी फाइनेंशियल ईयर, और न्यूली इनकॉर्पोरेटेड कंपनी के अंदर प्रोपोर्शनेटली अपन को देखना पड़ता है कि 182 days हुए कि नहीं हुए। सो देखिए अपन कितनी जल्दी से विद इन 1 minute इस चीज़ को रिवाइज कर पा रहे हैं, हर एक चीज़ को। वुमेन डायरेक्टर्स के भी क्लॉज को अपन रिवाइज करें तो वुमेन डायरेक्टर्स क्लासेस ऑफ कंपनीज को अपॉइंट करना ज़रूरी है। क्लासेस ऑफ कंपनी कौन कौन सी? एवरी लिस्टेड कंपनी, एवरी पब्लिक कंपनी हैविंग paid up share capital of 300 CR or more and turnover of 100 CR or more. Okay, let's go with independent director. Now 149 subsection 4. Let's recapitulate. 149 subsection 1 मेन सबसेक्शन ये सब वो, और 149 सबसेक्शन 2 के अंदर रिक्वायरमेंट्स वगैरह की बात हुई, 149 सबसेक्शन 3 के अंदर रेजिडेंट डायरेक्टर की बात हुई, 149 सबसेक्शन 3 के अंदर बोल रहा है कि क्लासेस ऑफ कंपनीज को इंडिपेंडेंट डायरेक्टर अपॉइंट करना ज़रूरी है। नाउ इंडिपेंडेंट डायरेक्टर कौन कौन से? लिस्टेड कंपनीज, एवरी लिस्टेड कंपनी, लिस्टेड पब्लिक कंपनी। या नाउ यहाँ पर क्या आया था? वुमेन डायरेक्टर एवरी पब्लिक कंपनी और एवरी प्राइवेट कंपनी को करना ज़रूरी है, बट जो इंडिपेंडेंट डायरेक्टर होंगे वो ओनली लिस्टेड पब्लिक कंपनी को करना ज़रूरी है। दैट मीन्स लिस्टेड प्राइवेट कंपनी को इंडिपेंडेंट डायरेक्टर फॉलो नहीं करना है। ओके, कितने इंडिपेंडेंट डायरेक्टर होने चाहिए? टोटल का 1/3, टोटल नंबर ऑफ डायरेक्टर्स का 1/3। इसको अपन राउंडेड ऑफ कर लेंगे नेक्स्ट नंबर तक, चाहे 0.12 ही क्यों ना आया हो। उसके बाद में अनलिस्टेड पब्लिक कंपनी, और जो अनलिस्टेड पब्लिक कंपनी को कितने ज़रूरी है, कितना अपने को करना है, मतलब कि पब्लिक कंपनी होनी ज़रूरी है, या तो वो लिस्टेड हो या फिर वो अनलिस्टेड हो। अनलिस्टेड के अंदर लेकिन खैर आगे अपने को रिक्वायरमेंट्स मिलेगी, अगर वो इस रिक्वायरमेंट के अंदर फॉल नहीं करता है तो दैट मीन्स अपने को इंडिपेंडेंट डायरेक्टर उसका नहीं करना है। तो मिनिमम नंबर ऑफ डायरेक्टर्स आर 2, पेड अप शेयर कैपिटल ऑफ 10 CR और मोर, टर्नओवर ऑफ 100 CR और मोर, और बोरोइंग 50 CR एक्सीडिंग। दैट मीन्स there are 50 CR and something, not 50 CR. If only 50 CR, that means the provision is not applicable. It should be exceeding 50 CR, and here 100 CR or more and 10 CR or more. Okay, I hope you what I am trying to say. नाउ 149 सबसेक्शन 5 ये भी कमेंसमेंट के बारे में बता रहा है कि 1 ईयर ऑफ कमेंसमेंट के अंदर आपको इंडिपेंडेंट डायरेक्टर का प्रोविजन भी आपको फॉलो करना पड़ेगा। उसके बाद में 149 सबसेक्शन 6 क्राइटेरिया ऑफ इंडिपेंडेंस। क्राइटेरिया ऑफ इंडिपेंडेंस को हम डिटेल में बाद में डिस्कस करेंगे लेटर ऑन। ओके, नाउ 149 subsection 7 declaration by independent director. Every independent director has to give some declaration. Like every independent director has to give a declaration that whether he is independent or not. First board meeting ever, like when independent director is appointed and he is attending his first board meeting, he has to give a declaration that yes, I am fulfilling the criteria of independence and I am an independent director. This declaration a independent director have to give. Second, first board meeting of every year. Now he has been appointed till a year. Now second year, the first board meeting, he has to again give a declaration that yes, I am eligible for the independent director. Okay, and whenever there is changes in circumstances, you have to again give a declaration that yes, I am an independent director. So an independent director have to give 3 times the declaration, first board meeting ever, first board meeting every year, and whenever there is changes in his status. Now 149 subsection 8 independent director have to abide by the provision of schedule 4. What is schedule 4? It is a code of ethics for independent director. Now this is just for reading type of section and not for remembering it, because I don't think there anything can be come from here. However, I will give you some set of questions for it. You can only prepare that and you will be done. Okay, 149 subsection 9 independent director. Ab independent director, what are the remuneration he can be get from the company? He can never get ESOP. He can never get ESOP, but he can give sitting fees for attending the board meeting, reimbursement of expenses, whatever the expenses he is having, we have to reimburse it. We have to means the company has to reimburse it. The remuneration as per approved by the member. Remuneration as per approved by the member. Sitting fees as per approved by members. Reimbursement of expenses as per approved by members, and profit actually it is profit margin or profit commission. Commission on profit. Okay, it is commission on profit. Commission profit based on the commission. Okay, profit commission from the net profit of the company as per decided by board of directors. So what independent cannot get, ESOP he cannot get. And what independent director can get from the company? Sitting fees, reimbursement of expenses, remuneration, and profit margin as approved by the members. Okay, now 149 subsection 10 tenure. What is the tenure of independent director? 5 years. 5 years is the tenure of an independent director. Can he is reappointed? Yes, he can reappointed for a maximum term of again 5 years. Now for a maximum term of 5 years, he can be appointed for 2 terms. Okay, 1 term and 2nd term. Now here also it is maximum for 5 years. Here also it is maximum for 5 years, but it can be below than that. Like it can be 2 years and it can also be 2 years. Then can he is appointed for another 5 years? No, because he is eligible to be reappointed only twice, and then he have to give cooling period of 3 years. That will be going to cover later on. So the tenure of independent director is 5 years. Reappointment, yes, he can be reappointed for a term of 5 years again by passing SR and disclosure in board report. Now when we have to appoint independent director for his 2nd term, we have to pass an SR and disclose the same in the board report. Okay, now 149 subsection 11 says about the cooling period. Cooling period 3 years. And during this cooling period, he shall not be associated or appointed anything in the company and any other capacity, whether directly or whether indirectly. Means independent director cannot be appointed as officer, employee, anything like that for a period of 3 years. After 3 years, yes, he can again be appointed as independent director or anything else in the company. Why we are having a cooling period here? Why? This is because for ensuring the independence, you have to flow with the world, like independent director. Why? Because he is independent of the company, the board of director. He has to do nothing with their profit margin or anything like that. Okay. This should you have to keep in mind for criteria of independence, the main section, the main hassle problem which most of the guys leave for their CA exam. Don't do this, guys, don't do this. Now let's move on to 149 subsection 12. Independent director must not be retired by rotation. Now, if you have studied earlier, you should know that rotational director, जब we have calculated the rotational director, then rotational director the total number of directors जब हम calculate करते हैं, when we calculate the total number of director, it shall not be included independent director. That means the independent director should not be retired by rotation. Okay. Now here we have completed all subsection of 149 subsection 12. I have tried to cover each and every concept in detail and also very fast. Okay. Now this is going to take some time. 149 subsection 6. Criteria of independence means how to ensure that this person is independent. He is a independent director. We can make them independent director. How to ensure that? First, he can never be a managing director of the company, whole-time director, or a nominee director in the company. Means these are not appointed as independent director. Then, who can be appointed as independent director? This is a big section. So, A. That person should be have knowledge, have integrity, expertise, and experience. Okay. That person has integrity, experience, and expertise. Okay. B clause. First, he shall not be the promoter of cash. Now what is cash? Company, associate company, subsidiary company, and holding company. Cash. Company, associate company, subsidiary company, and holding company. So that independent director shall not be promoter of cash and should not be related with promoter or director of cash. Should not be related to promoter or director of cash. That means he shall not be the promoter, director. These are disqualified, and should not be related to director of cash. Okay. Now, C. He should not have pecuniary relationship with the company. Pecuniary relationship means monetary relationship. Now, he can, however, what is allowed? Is anything monetary is allowed for an independent director? Yes. The remuneration of director, as we have studied it earlier, and anything which is up to 10% of his total income derived from cash. That means we have to aggregate all his income from the cash, and it is up to 10% only for a previous 2 financial year. That means he should not have pecuniary relationship of more than 10% in aggregate for a period of 2 financial year. We have to aggregate, like here he has 10 or he has 5 1 year, second year. Now where he cannot be appointed here for first, because 2 financial year he cannot be appointed here 2 financial year, but however he can be appointed here because in previous 2 financial year he does not have any pecuniary relationship with the company. Now this one is again big. Relative. He shall not be a relative of anyone who hold the securities in cash for for preceding 2 financial year. Up to how much can be allowed? That means this person wanted to be an independent director. How to be eligible? What is the eligibility criteria under clause D? So his relative, not himself, his relative does not hold securities in cash for preceding 2 financial year is there any allowance? Yes, up to 50 lakhs or 2% of paid up share capital of cash. Okay. Now, his relative shall not be indebtedness in cash, promoter or director. Cash, promoter or director of that company up to 50 lakhs allowed for 2 financial year. Now, that person, his relative should not have guarantee in given to cash, promoter or director of that company allowed 50 lakhs for 2 preceding financial year. Okay. Now, pecuniary transaction. That person, his relative, should not have pecuniary transaction. Now, here we have pecuniary transaction for himself only, and here we have the pecuniary transaction for his relative only. Okay. So, pecuniary transaction with cash up to 2%. 2% of what? The total turnover or total income of that individual. Okay, of that relative. I hope you understand what I am trying to say. Himself. Or E-clause tell us about himself and his relative. Now here we are including himself also and his relative also, means they both are together. Should not be KMP or employee or in the cash for preceding 3 financial year. Employees, but there is a relaxation in this section. However, if there is a relative who is employee, then he can be a independent director. That means like he himself is a KMP or an employee, then he cannot be an independent director. But now here there is a employee, he is a KMP in the company. Can he be a independent director? No. But if his relative only, not himself, not his relative is KMP, but only himself is a employee only. He is only an employee in the company. Can his relative cannot be an independent director? Yes, he can be an independent director. How can we know that? Because of this exception. Okay. Now here clause E is continuing. Clause E subclause 1, clause E subclause 2. He himself or his relative cannot be an employee, proprietor, partner in what? In a firm of auditor or CS of cash. Matlab, he himself or his relative should not be have employee, proprietor or partner of a CA firm or a CS of cash. Cash again, company, associate, subsidiary or holding company. B, have a employee, proprietor or partner of a legal consultancy firm in cash. But there are something allowance in a legal and consultancy firm. What is the allowance? 10% of turnover. That means if a legal consultancy firm is generating their total their turnover of more than 10%, then his employee, proprietor or partner cannot be an independent director. But however, if a legal and consultancy firm is having a turnover of less than 10% from deriving from cash, then his employee, proprietor or partner can be an independent director, because 10%, the law says that less than 10% will not affect their independence level. They can be independent even if they have up to 10% turnover derived from cash. Okay. Now, he himself and his relative together does not hold 2% or more voting right. Company only. Now, here what are we are saying? Cash. No. Here we have only company. That means his relative and himself together does not hold more than 2% voting power. That means if they hold up to 2% power together they won't hold 2% or more in that company only, not in cash. That means they can hold more than 2% in other companies like associate company, subsidiary company or holding company. Here we see only company only. Okay. Now move on to the fourth subclause, NPO. Now, independent director have to be an individual, that we have studied earlier. Now, NPO का CFO or director shall not be appointed as independent director if that NPO is earning 25% of his receipt from cash only, or have 2% of voting right in that company only. That means this is a limit, and this is a two type of limit. For company only, he does not have 2% or more voting rights, or in cash he does not have receipt of more than 25% of his total receipt of that NPO. If any NPO have more than 25% of receipt from cash, then his CFO or director cannot be appointed as independent director, because then their independence will be affected by this. Okay. Other qualification, yes, other qualifications are also required. Other qualification, yes, as per rule 5. Okay. Now to wrap up it, I will just go through it once again. Now, what is section 149 subsection 1 says? Indivisible can be appointed as a director. Minimum director OPC, private, public, 1, 2, 3, maximum 15 years. It can be changed. It can be appointed more than 15 directors. How? By SR in GM, AGM, EGM, both can be passing SR, and we can appoint more than 15 directors. Now, class of company can be appointed women directors. Every listed company, public company, paid up share capital of 10 CR or more, turnover of 100 CR or more. Okay. Requirement of this section has to be fulfilled within 1 year of its incorporation. Subsection 3, resident director has to be appointed by every company proportionately. It can be reduced 182 days in a financial year. Independent director. Every specified companies have to appoint independent directors. With specified companies, every public company having how much total ka 1/3. Every unlisted company, only 2 directors. Paid up share capital of 10 CR or more, turnover of 100 CR or more, borrowing 50 CR exceeding 50 CR. Okay. 149 subsection 5. Let it be clear. Okay. 149 subsection 5. Now again, commencement of Act. 149 subsection 3, criteria of independence that we have to study later on. 149 subsection, declaration, first board meeting ever, first mode meeting of every year, whenever there is changing the circumstances. Independent director has to be abide by code of ethics of independent director. Independent director must not be have issued ESOP, but he can be given sitting fees, reimbursement of expenses, remuneration, profit commission as approved by the members. Tenure of independent director. Independent director can be appointed for a term of 5 years and can be reappointed for a maximum term of 5 years. And he has to pass a special resolution and has to disclose same in board report. Cooling period of 3 years is cannot be associated, appointed, and any other capacity directly or indirectly. 149 subsection 12, independent director must not be retired by rotation. Okay. Now, eligibility criteria. We have to wrap up it very, very clearly. Okay. Who cannot be independent director? MD, WDV, nominee director. Who can be integrity, expertise, experience? He cannot be related with the promoter of cash, and he cannot be related with promoter or director of cash. Now, he does not have a pecuniary relationship up to allow 10% of the total income preceding 2 financial year. Relative. His relative cannot hold security, indebtedness, guarantee, pecuniary relationship. His relative in cash up to 50 lakhs, 2% paid up share capital, cash 50 lakhs only, indebtedness plus promoter director, 50 lakhs, 2 financial year. Now, cash. Pecuniary relationship 2% of turnover or income. Himself or his relative cannot be appointed as independent director if he himself is a KMP or employee of cash preceding 3 financial year. Any preceding 3 financial year. However, if his relative is only an employee, he can be appointed as an independent director preceding 3 financial year. That means if any preceding 3 financial year he is a KMP or an employee, he cannot be appointed as independent director. Now, he himself or his relative cannot be an employee, proprietor or partner of audit firm or CS NEVO, but legal and consultancy firm of cash if 10% of its turnover together cannot hold more than 2% of its voting right only in company only, and he cannot be a CFO or director of that NPO who is receiving more than 25% of its receipt in cash or hold more than 2% of voting rights in that company. Other qualification, yes, as per rule 5. Now here we end this session. Multiple revision is required of this section, especially 149 subsection 6, which is the eligibility criteria. Now we have to put this other thing and other subsection of 149 subsection 1 to 12 other, because this wholly we can revise in 5 minutes only, and this only we can revise in 5 minutes only. So you can see, but the remembering there is the remembering part is there only here and not here. Here we can understand and we can easily remember it out. Okay, now clear concept. I'm sure that your concept may be cleared, and if not, you can comment down below or you can join my Telegram group and post your queries over there only, and we have provided notes etc, all you have wanted, and I'm trying my best to serve you the best. Okay, so yes guys, hope you like my videos, and if you like this lecture and you want these notes of mine, then you can tell me in the comment below or ask me in the description link, or you can just take a screenshot of it if it is possible. Okay, please subscribe to my channel for more such videos, and do comment down below which video do you want me to make for you first. We can take other subjects also in spite of law, but what I'm thinking is just first clear one chapter of chapter number 11th, like 149 to 172, and then we will jump into another subject like SFM, audit, FR, or anything, CA final, or even CS professional or CS executive, CA inter. You can just comment me down below and join my Telegram group. Subscribe to this channel, press the bell icon. Yeah, so that's all for today. See you soon.